I'd like to welcome you to our class today. We are going to be teaching you today how to change your life in the first 31 days of 2021. So first, I'll just introduce myself. My name is Jen Hatch, and I am the Director of Self-Coaching Scholars, and I'm excited to introduce you to our teachers today. So we'll start off with Heidi.
The tools that Self-Coaching Scholars has provided to me have literally changed my life. They have changed all of these limiting beliefs that I used to live into. I have felt so much growth, and it has literally changed the way that I live my life and the way that I see my life in the future.
My name is Sarah Payne, and I am also a coach at the Life Coach School. I'm no longer a victim in my life. I'm no longer blaming my children for my unhappiness or my husband's job for my unhappiness, and I've been able to just create so many amazing things through the tools that we're going to teach you today.
I'm Cara Gazy. I'm a certified coach as well at the Life Coach School. I left my job at the end of September 2020 to be a full-time coach. And prior, I was a director of accounting for a Fortune 100 company making a nice six-figure salary. And I'm so proud to say that using a combination of the strategy and the mindset tools and scholars, I've replaced my salary on a monthly basis, and I've given myself a 35% raise. So that's been super, super fun.
So we have 3 steps for you, and we'll start off with Heidi, and she'll teach step number 1.
If someone was able to take a snapshot of you in a moment that would capture your life experience and what was going on for you here, what would that photo show? And more importantly, would you like what that photo reflected? That's why I want to talk to you today about the importance of coaching yourself. Let's think about the example of maybe what a sports coach does. Their job is to observe and to analyze and to point things out to that athlete that the athlete cannot see about their mechanics, about their performance. And secondly, a good coach will help the athlete understand where they are, but show them that there is another way. Show them that there is possibility to get somewhere new. You are your own coach. Your current life experience is 100% based on what you habitually think and believe. And in Self-Coaching Scholars, you are given every tool. You are giving the model and a process, which is this amazing magic formula that really helps us to understand and to ask ourselves those questions. The ability to open up yourself to coaching yourself can be a little bit scary. But I promise you, if you're willing to do it, you're going to gain 3 things. Number 1, you're going to gain an increased awareness and an opportunity to think about what you think. Secondly, when you understand the impact of the way you're thinking and what it is building or not building in your life, you start to open up that doorway to grow. Third is one of my favorite parts, which is when you understand that, that's when you move into a space of creating deliberately and intentionally to create and design your life on purpose. And every part of it begins with you opening up to this idea, being willing to coach yourself, to ask yourself the questions.
Step 2 of changing your life in the first 31 days of 2021 is to organize your mind. Just like you take everything out of your closet to see what's inside of it, a thought download is a way to take everything out of your mind and put it on paper so you can see what's inside. The second step after you clean everything out with your thought download is to take inventory. In Self-Coaching Scholars, our minds are the same way. When we take inventory, once we know what's in there, we can decide which thoughts we want to keep. We have so many resources to help you become aware of the thoughts that aren't serving you, and then to help you organize them and to choose on purpose the ones that will create the life that you want.
I found out when I first started doing all the thought downloads, there was so many beliefs that I had just inherited from society or from just the way that I grew up that weren't serving me, and I didn't even realize it. Some of those thoughts that you listed there are thoughts that so many of us think, and we don't think they're thoughts, we think they're facts. And so when you're doing the thought download and you're wanting to organize, really recognize so many of these thoughts are thoughts, even though you might not see them at first. They might just seem like facts and sentences that you've been thinking that feel true to you that actually aren't true.
The third step to up-leveling your life in the first 31 days of 2021 is to practice believing new things. And to do that, you must first gain awareness of what you're currently believing. A belief is simply a thought, a sentence in your brain that you've accepted as true. And the stronger a belief becomes, the more ingrained it becomes. And then eventually you just accept it as the truth. But I want you to know that your beliefs are not universally true. They are not facts. They are just very practiced thoughts. And this is the best news that I have for you, because if your beliefs aren't facts, that means you can change them. You can start believing new things and therefore creating a new life. So to up-level your life in 2021, you got to buy into new beliefs. And to do that, you just deliberately decide that your old beliefs are false and accept your new beliefs as true. Then you practice believing those new beliefs over and over and over again, because no one can take a belief from you. It's yours, it's inside of your mind, and it's your property. So let's talk about how to create a new belief. There's 4 steps. Step 1 is to decide what you want to believe by visualizing your future. Then step 2 is to state your new belief, which is simply a sentence that you'll practice again and again. Step 3 is to accept your new belief as true for you. And then step 4 is to practice your new belief until it becomes your default belief. And most people don't want to feel discomfort, so they end up giving up on their new beliefs, which means they give up on their new life. If you want to up-level your life in 2021, you have to create and continue practicing new beliefs.
The reason that I love the classes inside Scholars is because it helps me create new beliefs. It's my place to remind my brain and to be putting stuff into my brain. Like when Sarah was talking about, we organize, we take everything out, and then what do we want to put back in? Right after I do a thought download, I'll listen to a Scholars call so that I can put in things that I know will serve me. You get all of that when you join Scholars, and we'd love to have you join us. We are excited for you guys all to go out into 2021 and really completely change your life and set whatever goals you have. And we're excited to hear from you at the end of the year on what 2021 looked like for you. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in Scholars.